Just sip.
Yeah.
Just one more sip. I can't see. Good evening, everybody. So welcome to it's the first Finance and Governance Committee of the year 26-27. And the first item on the agenda is the election of chair.
Propose you.
Well, I was going to
Thank you.
propose, so I will second.
Okay, are there any other nominations for the post of chair? No?
No.
I don't think we need to vote.
No.
No. Okay, we'll move on then to the election of vice chair.
I'd like to propose Dave France.
You happy to stand then?
Honoured to accept the nomination.
Thank you. Seconder, thank you, Bill. All those in favour of Dave France? Thank you. Yeah. Is there anybody online, Richard?
Hello.
So welcome, everybody. I have to remind everybody once again about the to show respect for all throughout the meeting in line with the obligations of the Code of Conduct and the recently adopted civic, what was it called?
Civility and respect.
Civility and respect pledge that we signed up to. Are there any declarations of interest?
Oh, sorry, you just got them.
Oh, sorry.
Harold's given his apologies, and Richard Church will join us when he's back. He thinks about 7 o'clock, so Richard Church will come on.
Richard to follow.
Yes, but Carol's giving her apologies. She's in Italy.
Oh, lovely. It was less than 24 hours ago, I was still in Corfu. Okay, now we're going.
Brought back to earth by a council meeting.
Yes, thanks. Something to look forward to.
Indeed.
Do we have any declarations of interest or relevant dispensations? Nothing. Yeah, turn this off. Bear with me a minute. I drop it over. Otherwise, I'm. Do we have any members of the public present? Anybody online? No, can't see any. We'll move on. So minutes and matters arising from the previous meeting, which was on the 20th of May 2026, which is appendix B. So let's go through them by page for accuracy. So page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5. Everybody happy that those are correct? Yeah, thank you, Alison. Second that. Thank you, David. All those in favour? Phil, you?
Well, I'm not on this committee anymore,
Oh, you're
so I can't vote.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Am I? No, I'm not.
Are you not?
No.
Ah, I thought you did.
No.
There we go. Still welcome, obviously.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
We miss you.
So matters arising from the minutes, you can see the table that was in front of you. Most of those have since been
They all went
Approved
to council
by
and
council.
were approved or amended or whatever. So yes, all done.
Yeah.
Just comment on and compliment the town clerk on the excellent press release regarding the civility and what's it pledge.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very good. Especially the bit I said. Or the words placed in my
I hope you
mouth.
didn't mind them being written for you, Bill, and just say, do you agree with this?
Did you have anything from matters arising?
No.
No. Okay, we'll move to item 7, which is business planning and financial matters, and 7.1 are the council accounts. there is, this report, Richard, that comes in the pack first, the overspend.
Yes,
Is that, let me see it listed.
it's appendix C.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
It's sorry, it's because it's called budget overspend and B becomes the floor C, so it becomes first. I would
Right.
much prefer if it came the last item of the papers, but it does
Okay.
come first, it's B.
So we'll miss that for a minute.
Okay, yeah, come back to it, it's fine.
We'll come back to that one. So you have the bar graph, which again shows a better position than in previous years. It's just where my eye goes to when I get it. So that's very positive. And then appendix E are the actual accounts themselves. Yes, anybody got, if I go through them again, page by page, anybody's got any questions or any comments, then stop me when we get to that page, is that okay?
Yeah, I've got some questions on page one. Welcome.
Okay, page one,
Page one. Looking at, if we look at 4064, 4066, 4085 and 4098. Sorry, 4100.
Yeah.
They're all overspent for where we should be for the year. And is there a reason? Because I know further on, there is a similar overspend on that type of thing as well.
Well, none of them are overspent, but
No, but you know what I mean, for the time of year.
Let's
We've
take
only
the
had
top
2
back on then.
months.
So
Yeah.
hygiene contract is 9,000 over the year and it's split in two places. So 4,500 under town hall and 4,500 is under toilets. So when we've exhausted this one for 6 months, this one will be full and then we'll move on to the toilets one.
Right, thank you.
Repairs
Right.
and maintenance is a much of a muchness. The big expenditure in month 2 is to do with the fact that the town hall leak occurred.
Mhm.
You know, repairs and maintenance is responsive, we
Okay,
don't know
but
where we're
that's-
gonna get to. Statutory testing, if you remember from last month, we had a large number of Otis bills that hadn't been
Hadn't been
into the
paid,
system.
yes.
Which means that they do go against this year's coding, which means that's why statutory testing is slightly
Thank you.
higher. It's likely that statutory testing will be overspent because
remember
of
that.
those previous ones. And cleaning and materials, there's a various cleaning materials codes across all of the budgets. Cleaning materials is now overspent on town hall for month 3, which means that we now move on to cleaning materials for the toilets. Basically, we just move around to cleaning materials.
Okay, thank you,
Within the same way as the statutory testing.
thank you. Right, that's fine.
okay. Page 2,
just, I mean, it's only a small amount, but I was wondering why the mobile phones figure is such a large percentage at this stage.
That's one of mine.
Where is it?
It's,
Well,
one
it's
oh-
operations and it's 4065.
Oh, I don't think that has been coded properly because basically it should be £16 split across 3 codes because it's £56 each. £56 for the whole bill, and we split it to 3 areas. So I'm assuming that 49 for month 2 hasn't been split in the right way. But I'll speak to somebody about that.
and on the same page, 4005 and 4010, seem higher.
Which one? Sorry, which one? Sorry.
But it's the HMRC and the pension payments,
oh yeah,
but they're higher than I'd expect over the first 2 months.
Is
So,
this in operations or markets?
in operations, 131.
Yeah, it'll fluctuate because of the overtime that is paid. It will fluctuate from month to month.
Okay, it looked as if there wasn't any overtime from the staffing sheets.
There's overtime every month.
Right, okay.
So that HMRC will fluctuate from month
Okay.
to month. But there is enough underspend in the line above to ease off any
Okay.
things as the year goes on.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
page 3,
There's a boy just come upstairs, he's now going back down the stairs. There's a boy just come up the stairs and he's now going back down the stairs. I think they may just then put him to have a look around. 4202 consumables.
Yeah. Open spaces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's the line paint.
it's the
Line-
line paint. Oh, thank you. I thought some of these things you've just got to buy more than you need. And waste collection is over as well.
Not necessarily over, but you're right. Again, it depends how much we're taking. If we have more waste in our bins,
Yeah,
then
we've got to
then
take it.
we will spend more.
Yes,
That one is a demand-driven budget.
presumably it's seasonal as well.
It is
Is
seasonal,
it? That's
so
fine,
it
thank you.
will fluctuate as we go.
Yeah, thank you. And, sorry, that's it on that page.
Page,
Yeah.
page 4.
Line 4100. Again, cleaning materials, which is 41%, which does seem, I know, I accept what you said before.
It's
The same price, it's,
principle as
yes, okay.
Page 5.
My last, I think it's the last one, but tourist information, it's a question really.
Yeah.
On 1505.
Yeah.
Do you think the disruption with the trains has affected our sales that much that it's brought down our percentage? There's been huge disruption, I know.
Yeah, not that we've noticed.
No, right, okay.
We're probably in line for usually where we should be on that one. Difficulties, it lags behind. So, you know, you're working on month 2 and I'm already
Yeah.
working on month 3. So
Yes,
month 3's figure was 600 and something. But like today, Wendy did £1,000 worth of rail tickets.
yeah,
Because we had a couple of first class tickets to London. So,
yeah.
you know, then month 4 will be, you know, it's
Yes,
just.
no, that's
working
fine.
in the past.
That's fine. I was just wondering whether, you know, because we don't know about these things and then they decide they're not running the train.
Yeah.
What impact that has on us.
No,
Thank you.
Any more on page 4, David?
Yes, mine's more a general question across the document on the strategic budget headings, for example, dog waste bins, biodiversity action. Do we have checks and balances in place to ensure these are spent and that we don't end up with a significant underspend, other than your diligence, of course, town park?
Well, no, well, you every month, all the committees review their strategic plan action plan. So they should be keeping a check on where the projects are and if they're in progress or not. That's the check.
Thank you.
But again, a lot of the projects were year 2. We've only just entered year 2. We're 2 months into year 2 and they will happen this year. So yeah, they should be spent over the year. So,
As we all know, not spending your budget is as bad as.
yes.
Overspending.
A page, so that was page 5, page 6. So just some tourist information actually. I was doing the checking of invoices today and there was a payment run and I questioned Richard on there's a payment to Elaine and he explained that it was a holiday pay which was left over kind of after she was in, so that will show up in the budget somewhere.
Yeah, next month. It will show up in June. It has.
Yeah. Page 6. Page 7. Awesome.
4875, health and safety. What is it we've had?
That's the work nest. Year 1 of 5
Yeah.
bill. So that budget, there's nothing else to come out of there now. So that 1804 is basically left over.
Thank you. Thank you. And one other thing is the miscellaneous costs.
Yeah.
Now, I know in fact, because it's not a lot of money in there, but it's been a bugbear of mine for years with the council about them putting things into miscellaneous.
Yeah.
Rather than coding them correctly.
Yeah.
Are you confident that this is coded? Because there just is nowhere else.
Yeah, miscellaneous costs is usually things like tea and coffee.
Yeah, that's fine.
And there is no line for them, so they get plonked
Yeah.
on miscellaneous. But if everyone wants to see what the coding is underneath the line, I'm happy to open it up and show you. I think, you know, it's a small budget.
Yes, it is.
We shouldn't.
Yes, it is. I'm not, it's the percentage and thinking we're
Yeah, no, I get-
only
I
a
get-
couple of months in
Yeah, yeah.
and in case other things get shoved in with it. No,
For
that's fine.
example, you know, admin budget is a difficult one because, you know, a lot of them are front loaded. For example, insurance.
Yes, yes,
Pension
of course, they are.
shortfall, you know, all of this stuff is paid in one go.
Yeah,
The same as subscriptions below it.
Yeah.
We've now had our final subscription, which was Mid Wales Tourism.
yeah,
So that now is finished being spent. So these things kind of, they sort themselves out over the
Yes,
year.
they
So it's hard to, the percentages are hard when you're only 2 months in.
that's fine. Thank you.
Councillor Rattle?
Oh, yeah, I'm interested in 4920 account software, which it seems a particularly high figure. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I'd like.
Yeah,
to-
so when we did the budget, we did the budget of 4,000, which was the amount that we knew we'd have to pay realtors. What I didn't add in was what the end of year consultancy fee would be, which I think is mentioned in the overspend budget. And we have mentioned it, I think, last
Yes.
as well. So that one is why, because it's £844 at the end of the year thing, so that's why it was showing as overspend.
Bill?
Thank you, Maureen. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me because I've left my glasses at home, so I can't see any of this. I might have to go back and get them actually because it's impossible. But a general question on budgets, where we have and we have one or two. Oh, Phil, right, you're a hero. Thank you very much. Thank you. Crikey, yes, I can see.
Are they good?
Yes, they're fine. Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Where we have extra, additional or extraordinary committees like the redevelopment board, and I'm thinking specifically of the Tour de France, do we have a designated budget? And if we don't, which from which budget do we draw funds, if indeed we need to draw any funds at all?
There is a designated budget for tourism.
Okay,
And there
thank
is
you.
a designated budget
For
for
Tour de France. Yes,
Thank you.
£5,000 for Tour de France.
Right,
Yes.
good.
So where it says project, then wherever we can, some things during the year just arise and we
Yeah.
have to spend money on it,
Yeah.
but where's the specific thing, we do try and
Okay.
put a budget line in. Okay, page 8. Page,
Just to say, on page 8, bunting and flags is now fully spent. So you've got £1,701 remaining.
Is a what expense?
The budget, bunting and flags is fully spent now.
Yes,
So there's nothing else to come out.
no,
And I found a mobile phone issue. So 4065 in events should have £16 next to mobile phones, and it has 0, which means that it's being put in the wrong.
so that's page 9, David?
If I might quickly come back, a couple of residents in discussion with myself, the conclusion has been arrived at that as much as we are in a difficult financial situation, as is the whole world, more or less, the money that we have saved on putting flags up instead of bunting, considering the relatively large preset we are fortunate to enjoy, as much as there are many commitments and obligations drawing upon it. It may not have been the most cost-effective saving that we've made in terms of the removal from the aesthetic of the town. People miss the bunting, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In a few words, people miss the bunting.
I'm not going to comment on the politics around it, but the committee decided to trial it for 1 year.
Yeah.
Clearly, you would need to feed back to the committee that maybe the trial, according to the people you know, hasn't been particularly successful. We were talking about bunting this morning with the Tour de France. It's probably very likely the next year that bunting will appear back. The fact that the mainstream goes over to millions of people. And if anyone saw the announcement today that Tour de France will be available for free to watch on Channel 5 and TNT Sports, they've done a deal. So yes.
But we may not have to pay for it.
Oh, I think we'll have to pay for it.
Oh, we will have to, yes. Bill?
I was just going to say that comments made to me have been about 50-50. Quite a lot of positive comments about the flags, but about the same number of people who say wish we still have the bunting. So, you know, it's,
But the financially
That's it.
prudent of you would earmark that underspend for next year's bunting
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
to save,
Yeah.
therefore, another preset cost.
So I had made a mental note to say, we not save it then.
Of course we have, you know, that's the ability you have to earmark it.
Okay, and then page
It
10,
all depends for Bill.
page 10. Nothing,
No.
okay,
Oh, yes, I can see it now. I've got Bill's glasses.
Yeah, Phil can't see me.
No, before you make any decisions, just remember, I want them back before the football starts.
Yeah.
so as part of this pack, you also have the P30, which is the income tax report, which we have to give you. And I will take you back then to the report at the beginning of that session, which was the overspends. Richard, do you want to?
Yeah, they've all been reported to you previously,
Yeah.
but so to do with Dominic Castle rates, Christmas lights, which was over budgeted to what we agreed, the extension of the hire was slightly more than we thought. The IT cost again, the end of year shutdown was slightly higher than we thought. Administration insurance, because the Mock Bailey had specific insurance for the first time. There is a new one on Anne Holloway Centre. We had a responsibility to get an update asbestos survey done. And there's an environment on the agenda later to fill that budget in from general reserve.
Yeah.
And there's also then an overspend on office repairs and maintenance. It's just because that we hadn't put any repairs and maintenance for the office in particular. It was put under TIC, so there just needs to be a journal to fill it in.
Do you need approval for that?
No, it's just for information. It's just so you're aware. Instead of having to, I think it's good that we justify and you are aware of all the overspends. That's a good budgetary thing that you should be aware of.
Can I just ask, with the Anne Holloway Centre,
Yes.
will that be an annual cost?
No.
No,
No.
it was a one-off.
Yeah, it was a one-off. Yeah, it's done now, and it's because the health board are making improvements to their element of the building, and they needed an update asbestos survey.
Right.
The last one we had was when we transferred the building from Powys, and I think it's dated 2004. So of course things have clearly moved on since
Yeah,
2004. Yeah.
Okay, Bill?
Yeah, this is just by the by, and it's not directly concerning this, but as you mentioned, the Anne Holloway Centre, what exactly are the health board planning to do with the bit that they retain there? Because at the moment, as I understand it, it's just being used for storage.
No, they do counselling services.
Do they?
They do. I don't know specifically because of course we're not the direct landlord.
No.
We're the overarching landlord. Haven are responsible for them day to day. They are installing Wi-Fi in their part of the building. And of course, they need to run the external wall to do so, but they can't without the asbestos survey.
Okay.
Which one they need to survey.
Right, because they had all sorts of plans at one time
Yeah.
for other extra clinical.
I think they're trying to
services.
expand it as much as they can. I think, look, I think they were waiting for the lease to be sorted before they did improvement.
Right.
And now they finally have the lease sorted, they're now making improvements, which is only possible.
Okay. Do we need to approve those accounts?
So you need to note them.
I think we need to know them, yeah. Everybody has to note those accounts, and then we'll go forward then to full committee, full council next week. We'll move on then to the invoice payments for approval.
You can just have a vote, could you?
And
You need to have a little vote on noting if you can.
on,
No,
no, I'll vote on them.
Yes.
Thank you.
I propose we note the documents.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favour of noting the documents? Okay, so next item is the payment of invoices. Again, it's quite a long list of payments.
I thought it was less than usual. The figures are only at 71,000. The figures are way less than usual.
Smaller amounts, perhaps. Okay, again, I'll go through them page by page, so just stop me when you get to somewhere that you want to highlight. So page 1. Page 2. Page 3.
It's a very small thing, but I am concerned to see that we're paying for a speeding offence. It's like parking
yeah,
tickets.
I have got
I
that as
think
well.
that we as a council shouldn't be
Yeah.
paying those?
Unfortunately, we
We
are
probably
required
have
to pay
to.
the admin cost, which is involved in the notice being sent. Again, we have nothing to do with a speeding offence because it's nothing to do with us, as in the driver that at the time has to fill in the form because it's nothing, you know, but because we lease the vehicle, we have to pay a fee to receive the notice.
It takes a while to come through as well, doesn't it? Just to go around the house.
It does have to go around houses, but
I
that
won't tell you how I know that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's just slightly more complicated when it's a lease vehicle. So originally the notice comes addressed to our lease company, which is Elect Auto, and then we have to send off to the police, say it was us, and then the notice comes back to us to say, okay, thank you for acknowledging, and then the driver fills it in, which the driver has now filled it in, and that will be dealt with by the police with the driver. But then we do still pay the £10 fee. It's just one of those things in the lease that. Yeah.
So that was page 4. Page 5. That's something else.
That's page 6, I've got,
Page 6.
I think, wait a minute, let me just, no, page 4, sorry. I'm losing track of the pages. It's the Santa suit,
Yes.
because they've had a new Santa suit since I've been a councillor. So knowing how much wear and tear a Santa suit actually gets, which is for a very short time of the year, I'm surprised we need another one.
It went to the events committee and they approved a new Santa suit.
So
It's
Can I
you
just
know,
say-
it's inside their budget. It's
spending time with Santa every year for the last 3 years at the Winter Festival, I'm telling you, it needed a new suit.
Okay, okay.
We looked at, we had various options for a new Santa suit. Some of them looked very attractive because they were considerably cheaper than others. We generally go for a cheap or mid-range option, which I think probably with hindsight may be the wrong choice, because they barely last one Christmas, because they're just not very well made. And if we go for something more substantial, A, I think it looks better, and B, it probably lasts longer. But
And of course, the problem is you get a really good quality one, but it all depends on whether it fits every Santa you're going to get.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, yes, no, okay, yeah. Done.
I might ask a procedural question in terms of scrutinising events and planning committee. So I believe, as per full council's directive, now aspects of their work which cover strictly events, which would include this Santa suit, are still
yeah, as long as it's going
devolved today. But that's maybe referring back to something like flags, which is more general in terms of the appearance of the town. That is now under the full council. Yes, just so we're all clear.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay.
And
Well, just so I
I
understand.
explained that just to refresh everybody at the last events committee.
Mm.
So anything else on that?
Yeah, I just want to mention on the page 5, the page afterwards, that we've now had our usual fees for Lower Park for the year. However, they did come, you'll like this one, Phil, in particular, without prejudice to the ongoing rent review. So we know that the rent is up this year
Yeah.
for review, so it is likely that they will be higher in subsequent years or lower. We'll see what we can negotiate our way through, but I did chuckle that they came through as their usual amount, and then not prejudiced to the ongoing rent.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I do think you do need to shout more to the public that you pay this money each year to make sure that they can have it to access, because we get no benefit at all. I did not know you paid for this until I started working here.
Could I
need to
say,
shout more about it.
we asked, when I was mayor, I asked that we had notice on the board at the gate.
Yeah.
They finally replaced the board. It doesn't mention us.
Yes.
And it says that it is a permissive path. It's not actually, it's licensed because we pay for the license. And I do think we need, if they won't put it up, which they should do because we're paying them the rent, they are the landlord, then, or license, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that we need to have something on that gate to say that this is the case. And if they won't have it on the gate, we've got to find somewhere else to put it. But they're being really difficult about this, I think. And they have put the rent up. It was 1,300 and it's gone up and it's gone up again. And it'll go up again.
No, this was what was last agreed whenever the last rent review was
Yeah.
done. So 22,
Yeah,
23?
it was, when I was mayor, it was 1,300.
Oh.
So it's gone up.
I think we should look at renegotiating all the terms, actually.
Yeah.
I think we should also have, along with saying it's ours, we should have a plan of it saying this is ours, because people think it's that path and
Oh, no,
it's
it
not.
just goes
It's
all
the
the way-
whole area and
Goes
it's
all the
a
way
big
down
area.
at the top and all
Yeah.
the way back down. And
It's a lovely big
It is
area
lovely.
and people do use it, but they need to know that they can do it and it's open for everybody.
Well, we will follow that up when we're doing our rent review. We will follow up with them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to make the same point, but I think while we're talking to Paris about that, we do need some work on the last part of the footpath from the cemetery down to the main park gates, because in the winter that is really quite it's unpleasant. It's very muddy. It's also quite dangerous because
It's churned up by the cows and.
yes,
So yeah, they just stand in the middle of the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. We can mention.
Is that part of the lease that we allow the cows on the land?
No, it's because we have a license, which means we don't have exclusive usage. It means that they can also enter into agreements, which they have done with farmers to have the livestock. I would much rather see that turned into a lease, which would give us the exclusive control, and then we would be responsible then for something soon.
Yeah, they reserve the specific right, pretty much to do what they like with it and to grant permits and licenses to anyone without having even really to consult us. So
Yeah.
we we pay for it. We're supposed to maintain it. But we don't actually get a whole lot in return. So I just think we could do with,
Yeah.
just
including people cycling through in the year's time.
yeah.
It is proposed that when the new bylaws, when you have them next month, propose that through, we put bylaws for the first time over the House Lower Park, because we've got a list of obligations and technically we need a way of enforcing it and we don't currently have that ability. It's not to say that we will start enforcing it, but we need the mechanism to do so.
Yeah.
So I need a proposer for the invoices.
Somebody do that.
Recommend them to council. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah,
Second
I'll
to that.
second.
Thank you, Alison. All those in favour? That's everybody. Thank you. 7.3 scrutiny of payments. I actually undertook that this afternoon. My first job, getting back off holiday. So I undertook 3 payments. One was for TIC, refresh. What I think one was for plumbing. Was that relation to the TIC as well?
Yeah, it's fixing the disabled toilet in the office,
Okay.
the macerator.
Which opens very soon.
No, that's changing places.
That's
The
okay.
the disabled toilet in the inside the building. I don't know if you are familiar with plumbing, but it has a macerator, which means that
Yes, know about it.
it's
Mm.
that
Yeah.
doesn't actually to put the waste in the ground, it churns it up, and basically the pipe was like that.
Yeah.
And clearly pushing waste through a pipe that small up a hill isn't good, so the pipe is now fixed.
Could I also tell you that I do know about macerators and I know quite a lot about it. And you need to have it serviced once a year. And I have the contact details of the person that can service them.
Well, please send us.
So, yes, and he's very good.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
well, I could do with.
Oh, well, I am, I'm,
Yeah, so with the plumbing work.
yes,
The invoice only stated that it was as per the quotation. So I confirmed that does all match. So it all matches what was authorised within the quotation as well. And the last one was the payment card. So I looked at that as well, but again, everything was in order, everything checked out, so everything was fine. And it is yourself, isn't it, Phil,
Yes.
to do?
Oh, I thought it was Bill next.
No,
Is it
you
Phil
did the
next?
last one,
Yes.
Phil's doing next because you're not a signatory and you're doing the.
yeah, it is in the minutes of the last one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which way around it was.
I just, since the bank seems to have decided I'm not going to be able to sign anything.
Oh, you sharp influence.
Okay,
Totally ridiculous.
7.4 is the interim strategic plan.
Yeah,
And if my memory serves me rightly, most of these things are either ongoing,
yes,
completed or in progress. It was
Yeah.
last month, so
yeah,
any updates, Richard?
No, just the only update I would say is that you know that the first one is under negotiations with the third party. You resolved at the last meeting, a full council to progress that one, so we are progressing that one. Just to say the difficulty on that one, FS1 is that now because we have stopped going to auction, and it means that we've now been responsible for the abortive costs to do with the auction. So I've got two legal bills, which will put us over budget on the legal budget. But you know the reasons why, for that one. The other one to say is that EN3, so the last one, was waiting for our new communications officer to start, who of course has now started. They're doing lots of other things at the moment, we're just saying we haven't forgotten about creating a volunteer strategy and making it more structured and involved.
So,
Yeah, have we fixed a date or are we anywhere near fixing a date yet for the consultation over the Blaze plan? I mean, we
No,
were going-
because events and planning decided to launch to form a working group, but they agreed that full council would put the members on the working group, and of course we haven't had full council.
Okay.
So there's no point in fixing a date until I know who the membership of the group is going to be.
any other comments on the strategic plan?
no. Thank you.
Okay, budget environment, 7.5. To consider proposed budget environment and recommend to full council.
So you've got line of 10, which is the one I just referred, which is
Yeah.
general reserves, 2 repairs and maintenance and follow away to fill in that gap. So I think that one's rather straightforward. Environment 11 though is contingent on a council agreeing the recommendation from Ops and Development.
I'm happy to propose these with that,
Yeah, of course,
So that
if
proviso.
full council didn't agree with the recommendation from Ops and Development to do any soft play, of course, that alignment wouldn't be
No.
required, so it just fall away.
So I'll second that.
So Bill's proposing.
And I second it, yeah.
All those in favour? Thank you, is everybody? Moving swiftly. 8.1 is the draft annual statement and annual governance statement.
This has already been examined by the
Yeah,
audit committee.
yeah.
Happy to answer any questions. It is rather factual, the first part. The second page is when you go through and tick things. The third page is to do with disclosure notes, trust fund, and then of course there's the approval and certification. So when council does sign it off, this off next week, they will of course be signed and dated as per the recommendation from last year.
Any questions, Bill?
more a comment really, but just to say that, I mean, it's good to see a healthy balance brought forward. But we've still got a fair distance to go before we have reserves that really meet what the recommendation is.
I propose that we approve this and that then when it's gone, it has to go to full council,
It has to be
doesn't it?
approved.
After full council, that it is signed and dated.
Bill,
Yeah, just have to
so
second that.
second that. All those in favour? Is everybody?
Sorry, Phil, I think Phil was.
What's
I'm
the
sorry.
one general power of competence?
We don't have the ability to have general power competence because you don't have a 3-year unqualified budget nor a qualified clerk. So you have only one of the 3 requirements to be
So we've had the first year
Yes.
and the clerk is doing his.
We are working on
Yes.
all of those.
Yes.
Well, you haven't had a year yet, which is unqualified. We're hoping that this, as in 25-26, will be unqualified, which will give you 1 year. You do, however, meet the 2/3 elected criteria by some margin.
Hmm.
Which is positive. It's usually that one that councils fall down on, so that's a good one. But in England, it's much straightforward. In England, you're only required to confirm general power of competence once in a municipal in an election term, so once in a 5-year period. And also you don't require your accounts to be qualified or unqualified. Because of the backlog we have in Wales, councils in Wales have found it particularly difficult to have accounts that have been certified over the last 3 years in the first place.
Okay, so moving on to the internal audit report, which is Appendix K. I liked reading this.
Yeah. I mean,
Again, audit committee have already
Yeah.
seen this one, but yes, there you go.
Any questions from anybody about the internal audit report?
Our auditor was very happy.
I think this gives great credit to the team that we now have, so.
it does.
There is one issue that will come up, that I am quite sure that will come up, and it is to do with setting the precept for the previous year. Basically, in the minutes for January the 29th, 2025, we can only find where you agreed the precept and not the actual budget. So it is very likely the council never actually agreed a budget for 25-26, being a legal requirement to do so. But you did agree precept, which is usually the way around. You usually agree a budget, not precept. So you did that bit right. It just might come up.
Yes, we did agree the budget.
Yes.
Yes, but there's no minute purporting that you did so. And also that, if we all remember that meeting, also wasn't minuted that you appointed me, and that's why then in April you had to basically appoint me
Yeah.
because it wasn't in the
Yeah.
minutes that you did so. So
Well, I can understand
those minutes were,
because the person involved wasn't in the room.
yeah, sure.
To minute it.
But yeah, so it may come up as an issue, but I hopefully will.
Okay.
But the auditor was happy because I showed them the process we did for 26-27 budget, and they could see that the process was in place for
Yeah.
budgets,
Yeah.
and they understood that that was how it moved forward. So you can read that out.
Okay, do we need to vote on that?
Yes, you need to recommend it to council.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you, Alison.
Is it appropriate for me to, because I'm chair of audit?
Sorry,
Is it appropriate for me to, because I'm chair of audit committee?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, right, yeah.
you've already scrutinised it.
Yeah.
Yes, we have, yeah.
And Bill seconded it. All those in favour? So moving on to the annual report 2025-26. Which I've read a couple of times.
Oh, good.
It's just-
There are things missing in there. I know there are things missing in there. So
There's a lot of
chuck
pieces
chuck them all out.
at the bottom of one page.
It's to do with, yes, I know, there's some things to fill in and things like that, but I wanted to get a draft to you. So council could approve it at the same time as the statement. But yes, this is a legal requirement to have an annual report in the first place. It's the thing that we fell down on last year. That's the reason why we were qualified, is because we didn't have an annual report. And you're also required because we over the threshold for the future generations and future well-being of generations act. So it does incorporate that element of the report.
My discussion with Richard was obviously he's trying to capture all the new things that we've done during the year. We need to reflect on some of the ongoing things that we're doing really well, such as the hub, clicks in the sticks, and any other.
Yeah. It's really good though. I
Yeah,
think,
it's
you know,
excellent.
this is so refreshing to see. There's one query I've got. I think all members currently are elected. There are no co-opted members. Who's co-opted? Been co-opted?
And
Oh,
Ben,
Then,
Phil and Ben.
I thought Ben was elected the same time as you, Dave.
No, Dave was elected unopposed in 22.
Yeah,
Because there was, when I
Ben
joined, there was
came
something
after,
about
right.
you being co-opted, when I checked them, you definitely weren't co-opted.
no,
And you were elected It's just.
No, right, okay, yes, no, that was a query I'd got and I was wrong.
And I'm pleased to see the attendance.
Yeah.
Because we all have to be accountable.
Excellent.
Anybody got any comments about the draft that we have, other than bits that Richard just said, well, I'm missing?
And how good it is. Taking on your point, it's good to having what we're already doing.
Yeah.
But I think it's great.
Particularly in relation to the community, because
Yes.
people just don't.
Yeah.
It's like the park, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that access to the park was courtesy of the town council till I joined the town council.
What I would suggest at, whether in this one or in the future, is that you use some graphs and visual interpretation. You know how this
Put that in.
meeting likes your bar charts and things,
Yeah.
you know, so I think some things like that, maybe apportioning how we spend the council tax,
Yeah.
whatever, you know. Whatever.
My intention was to put a graph where the financial statement is, so I will
Yes.
change it to be a graph.
It's just that,
I had in there graph, and then I was doing it, and I thought I'm going to run out of time to get it ready for the meeting.
No,
So it's-
no, that's fine. But it's just that so many people can't really take in the words, but they can see the visual.
Yeah. There's a few things I draw to your attention. So when I joined the council, there seemed to be much hay made of the fact that you did everything in confidential session. And I'm pleased to report to you that of the 1,200 agenda items you considered last year, only 6% of them were actually in confidential session.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a bad going for a council, which has got the staffing and contractual things that you have got. I would also point out that your procurement on page 24 meant that in last year 32.5% was spent on Welshpool of the council's budget, and a further 15.5% in powers, which means that just about or under half of the entire budget was spent either in powers or Welshpool.
Yes.
Which I think you are showing real demonstrating value to the powers pound, especially the Welshpool pound. The fact that 490,000 was spent here or in Wales is quite a good, good name. Unfortunately, a lot of that is because our energy is paid to Total Energies, which is a big company based in the south of England somewhere, and HMRC is based in London. So
Yes.
a lot of the payments are London or South
Yes.
England centric, which means they don't get included in the Wales spend. But
Thank you, it's really good.
Okay, do you need
yeah, you need to recommend the council to adopt
Right.
those with those amendments.
those amendments?
I'm very happy to propose it.
Thank
I
you.
think it's
And Bill
great.
seconded it. All those in favour? Thank you.
As you'll see, there was a lot of training done last year. As you'll see on page 30 and 31, Phil, you did 22 courses last year, so that has to be commended.
I
Your,
thought I did a training course last year, that it was the place one.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, place plan.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
It's because it doesn't get, it only gets picked up the One Voice Wales ones, but that's okay. We'll
Yeah, I mean,
add that in. You
that's
Bill and Phil
because-
did it, didn't you?
Because I did that one as well.
That's fine,
Yeah.
we'll add
No,
that.
no, you did it. I did the One Voice Wales one.
Oh. Have we had your certificate?
I don't know if I've had my certificate.
That'd be why then, but I can go back and add it.
And I'll go back and check if I've had the certificate.
That's fine.
and
We rely on you
Apologise.
sending us the certificates,
Yeah,
or the invoices for One Voice ones, that's how we do that.
Do you think we need to note where our county councillors have not had training, but they are having training through the county councillor, through the county council? Because they
I
are,
would say because it's a town council report, probably not. You're
Okay.
looking at them as a town council as opposed to a county councillor, but
Yes,
I understand.
okay, yeah.
Talking of county councillors, Richard has joined us.
hi Richard.
Hello,
Evening all, sorry I've only just joined, but I just heard a reference to county councillors.
Phil?
Rich, do you want me to write
Yes,
forward
please.
to this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's subject to those additional things plus the
Yeah.
former mayors.
I didn't want to include it as a paper again on the full council agenda because it's very long, and
Yeah.
everyone's already had it, so it will just go to it as a recommendation that you've in effect recommend to them they approve it with those amendments and any other minor changes that we're gonna be like perhaps.
Will you send us the final version?
Yes, of course. Well, it's likely that the final version will be printed and put in various places. There's no point having an annual report that just sits on the shelf. We need to push it out there and celebrate.
Okay, we'll move on to other matters, and that is 9.1 Welshpool Town Centre Improvement Project. I requested Richard put this on just so that we're all aware of the project, and particularly in relation to the financial aspect of it, of when we can claim the money as well. So it is for information, but I thought it'd be interesting to have. If everybody's had that. While I was on holiday, I did read some comments on social media about the £83 million we were going to spend.
Yeah, I wish, yeah.
Yeah, really, it was the case of we wish. Yeah.
And the money we do get though, we've got to spend it pretty quickly.
Yes. And the reason this is on the agenda is more extended is because we are required to claim it back. So we're going to have to front load some of the cash
Yeah.
from this one and claim it back. But there's 3 claim deadlines, as you can see on page 3 of the grant conditions editions: 14th of August, 15th of October, and 15th of January. I talked about this with the project board on Monday, and it's likely that we think the biggest spend will happen in the November-December time. So it's just about how we manage the cash flow before that period, because it gets the next preset install will be December. But I think we've hopefully got enough cash to.
So we'll need to keep an eye on that
We will.
over the years.
Remember Robert Owen Community Bank?
Yes, yes, you do have the ability in year to borrow for the purposes of cash flow. And also I think previously you've got powers to pay the precept early, because you had a cash flow issue. Again, that option is available to us. But I don't think we're going to be struggling. Yeah, it's 83,000. If we can't do 83,000, then what hope have we got for the town hall project? It's a good test for us actually.
Yes.
Okay, anybody got any items for the next agenda? Anything in particular anybody wants to put in? Is there anything specific that will go in next?
You're going to have things for Q1, so you'll have the engagement report, you'll have hopefully the next newsletter will have gone out by then, so you'll have a few updates on various things. But happy about anything else anymore.
So in relation to end of year, everything goes to council next week?
Yes, so we're required by law to get council to sign off those the annual statement prior to the 30th of June. So once council signs it off next week, all the notices are ready to go actually in terms of the electors' rights. So electors have got 20 working days during the period of July to come and scrutinise our accounts. And then after that, then it'll be our submission to Audit Wales. The audit is August, 7th of August. So we're preparing the paperwork in the background behind it. Because it's a full audit this year, they've requested everything, so every invoice that we've had. So we are collating as much as we can, me and Sonia, but yeah.
Good luck.
Everyone's pay slips, everyone's contracts, all that. There's a lot of paperwork to get together.
Okay. I'm more confident this year that we will have all the paper we
Yes.
need than I have been in previous years. That's all I can say.
Well, all our invoices are online, saved against the payments, but it's the ones that are really in the year before I started being RFO were the ones that we're finding more challenging to get at the moment. So all fun.
Okay, would somebody like to propose that we move into confidential section?
Yes.
Thank you, Bill. Second, Barnes, all those in favour? Thank you.